Go. Apologies to the sound department. Oh, yeah, I gotta stop this. There we go. So quick. Sup, bad mechanics. I gotta clean up. The master is I'm not the master. I'm not the master. Anything really. I just want to chill and hang out. Let me look at my notes here. Will ever continue the Ableton 10 course? Soon. Yeah, no. That was cut short, kind of abruptly. Yeah, this desk is ridiculous. I'm doing well. But yeah, I would, yeah, probably going to continue that very soon, actually. Like, you know, I'm just waiting for the right time. I have the course outline. It's still there. I just have to, you know, get it going. But yeah, that's a very good question. I need a recycling / garbage bin. I have too much stuff on this desk. Garbage bin is behind me. i.e. the floor. Yeah. Offcuts, what's up? Yeah, I need that. That's an important cable. I will make you live there. Happy Friday, all. Uh, 10.1 update features. What would you add yourself to the next release? It's hard to say. What? This is the benefit of competition. The competition between, you know, Ableton and Bitwig. Really, they're both kind of pushing each other to get features implemented, so that's pretty exciting. I would say yeah, what else? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. If they could implement something like super crazy. Okay, here's something that I've always wanted to see in a DAW. So, you know how you have a sound, right? In the arrangement view, you have like a loop or a sound or whatever, and it has that sound. And what you're looking at is the raw waveform as your source material, and then you have effects on it. But what if you had the raw waveform and then, you know, a sound, and you had a reverb, and then like kind of faded in the background of that waveform, it briefly kind of in the background to, you know, had like an approximation of what the waveform now looks like, right? So when you it's like taking two oscilloscopes, like the wet signal and the dry signal, and then having a comparison, so you can actually like see the compression of what's going on in the loop there, or whatnot. It's kind of like It's kind of like what LFO Tool does. That'd be pretty cool, in my opinion. Is there any really good software substitute for the virus synth? No, in my opinion. No. It has some stuff under the hood that's pretty exciting to this day. But the actual chip that's inside it and that architecture is being discontinued. There's actually like an interesting, I think it was a YouTube video or an article that goes over that. And, you know, I want to see the virus synths make a comeback. Well, they didn't go anywhere, but, you know, I want to see that. Spire, yeah, Spire has... I've never done a direct filter comparison between Spire and the infected filter and the actual virus filter. I haven't really done that. Best 303 emulator, that would be from D16 plugins. 303 hardware clone, I don't know. I was actually at a keynote or whatever you want to call it when I think the director of North American operations was there, and he said we will never reissue the TB303 because the parts, the actual transistors that are in it, do not exist anymore, and each one sounds different. Oh my god, everyone's asking me questions and stuff. Which is fine, which is why I turned the stream on. Oh, Native Instruments, Massive. It's hard to say. I haven't really been following Massive 2 or Massive X, I think it's called. So I don't know. Thanks, Costa. When you ask. Studio sessions again sometime? Yeah, definitely. What's the topic with transistors? Allegedly, the components that are in the original TB303 from Roland don't exist anymore. And it would be, quote-unquote, impossible or very difficult to reissue it in I guess, an analog way. From, you know, the person at Roland's mouth. Thoughts on Genelec? They're, you know, pretty cool. Haven't used them, but people really enjoy them. Shine 101 or SH 101? I don't know. Yeah. You know, we have like those freaking flying ants, and the birds are really enjoying them. But yeah, I might need to. Shine 101 is from D16. I thought SH 101 or whatever. No, Lush 101 was D16. Yeah. No, this, I think it's been done. It's like there's no more emulations needed. I don't think so anyway. Yeah, I need this guy. Yeah. Yeah, transistors are... Yeah, the transistors from the 80s, you know, were very noisy. And now, like, you know, I have op amps here that are such low noise. It's like insane compared to older stuff. So yeah, the idea of emulating certain things is kind of difficult in the hardware realm. But you know, function generators and things like that can assist in emulating the characteristics in the software realm, like the drop. Is YouTube your main source of income? Do I work as an engineer or something? My technology? No, I don't really know much about tech, really. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it is kind of hard. It's one of those things. What was I going to write down? Yeah, I need to write down. No. That's not work. Okay. Are you releasing new songs? No, not right now. Not currently. But soon. Very soon. Okay, I need to... Hold on. Where is that thing? There it goes. Not fixing anything. Trying to keep all your data sheets together in one place. Because then you're just like, what the heck is going on? There we go. Did I ever release the Steam's Ham song? No. Hello there, nice to see you again. Long time no stream. I know, right? I got streaming figured out. Apparently, yeah, network stuff was like, you can't stream. I was getting like inconsistent pings. I was like, huh. Yeah, so it was just another situation of Windows deciding that a driver is better than the driver that works. Did I get a beta for Bitwig 3? No, I have not. But you know, maybe soon. Here, let me get this. There it is. No. Okay, well I can't find a freaking data sheet for this. Data sheet doesn't exist. It's not an octupler, octo freaking isolator. What you dink? Okay, never mind. I'll just that's what I get for not saving it. Oh, they have a beta out. Oh no, yeah, there's like a thing going on right now. Yeah, I saw the video. It looks pretty cool. Have I ever sampled pets? I don't have any pets. This is ridiculous. Have I ever sampled a butt cheeks clap? No, but apparently that is a good way to get some claps going that are dead mousey. You gotta use an SM57 also. Okay, cool. I got it. I got it. Was that dead mouse trolling? No. Well, it's a good thing to layer with those kind of things that like aren't processed in any way. So, yeah, maybe it is true. Like when I was recording, when we were recording T-Nowell's album, I didn't slap my butt, but I did, you know, have actual claps in a track that I recorded with two 57s in kind of an XY formation. So it was pretty cool. Yes, okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Cool. But yeah. Alright, there's that, and then there's center click. And nice. What's my favorite effect and why? I like compression because you can do a lot of cool stuff with that. Here, let me just pop out chat just so I can see it at all times. Okay. I haven't checked out Synaptic's Morph plugin. Apparently they have one that's like you can unfilter things, so it takes like an approximation of what's going on. You can unfilter, which is actually pretty cool. I'm curious about those things because, you know, you can purposefully filter things and then, you know, unfilter it, and then you can get like kind of like approximation errors or something and accentuate that and get like an awesome effect. Yeah, Synaptic does have some great. I haven't really checked them out though, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Get more coffee. Burb. Compression over delay. Well, yeah. Well, if I had to pick one, I don't know. Delay. The delay is pretty cool. I guess compression's not so much an effect. It's more of a mixing thing. Compression is pretty dope, though. Not gonna lie. Jesus Christ, Pat. Final warning. It's not particularly clever, so cut it out and just maybe say something a little bit more intelligent than the bullshit that you're saying right now. It's cool. I need more wire. What UFC fights are you most looking forward to seeing? I haven't really watched lately because I'm just so enraptured by my projects right now. Oh, that's not it. still here. I'm just looking for my freaking other thing. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Whoa! I almost lost you. Huh. Well, I'm at a stalemate. Yeah, I should probably put an order in for more wire. I think it's 24 gauge. What project do I got going on? It is a tiny bit of a secret. It's classified, perhaps. No, I'm working on something in a preliminary way. Where the heck is... I got red, I got green, but I need the black wire. But it's a very cool project. It's actually something that's super interesting. To me, anyway. Where's my spool? Here, spool. Has anyone seen my spool? Or did it leave? Did it just take off? Is it on the floor? This is awful. Studio streaming. Oh, there it is. Yay, found it. I have found it. Where am I based? I am from Canadian areas. NDAs all over? No, this is no NDAs in this particular thing. It's just a self-imposed kind of, let's just announce it and release it when it's ready. And things like that. Or whatever. No, it's just a tinkering thing, really. Don't cut the red wire. I'm totally going to cut the red wire. That's what I'm going to do. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. And my dad works at Nintendo, so yeah. It should be good. So these are the 240. Any favorite artist you would recommend listening to? Any genre. The last thing I listened to was the Essential Mix by Test Pilot. It was actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Any advice for practicing new genres? Well, you can always check out a tutorial on the thing, or it's cool to be inspired by outside genres, and then implement those inspirations into your style, and that helps you be more unique and things like that, or develop a unique style and whatnot, and then that's how things happen. There we go. You watch so many tutorials, eh? Well, I appreciate you watching. That was, I'm still kind of floored about how many views I get. Really, I'm like, wow, who the hell wants to watch me talk about stuff? You know what I mean? And, you know, right now, yeah, there's 42 people here watching me cut wire. How do you check if it's indeed new? Yeah, I don't know. You shouldn't. Yeah, like motivations for music production shouldn't be. You should be constantly comparing yourself to other like tracks, and like a new thing now is like in like the production discussions. I hear things that I've never really heard. It's like, when should I start branding? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, dude, that shouldn't be something that you're at all concerned with starting out. Like, just do it for the fulfillment and things like that. If you wanna do it and pursue it as a business venture, then I can't really help with that. I probably could. I would just say, look at market trends, look at what's popular, emulate that, and like Tiesto did that, and it was really disappointing for me because that guy was awesome, but he kind of just stopped everything that made him special, and he just grabbed on to he became I'm not gonna say he sold out. Well, he did, but he became just an amalgamation of what was popular, and it was just he left and abandoned a really special kind of music to wear sneakers and Justin Bieber pants and jump around on stage to music that is, in my opinion, absolutely fucking garbage. And, he's an older guy. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who didn't do that? Barry fucking Corsten, as an example. Someone from his graduating class. He didn't do that. Right? He still has a career. You know what I mean? It was just like, and mind you, yeah, Tiesto probably has like 50 people working for him. People have, rent and things like that, and more in kids in college and shit like that, and retirement. But, geez, man. But I still really liked the guy. He was a big inspiration. I saw him the tail end of his trance career. Yeah, it sounded. You did the thing, and you know what? Fair enough. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he did want to express himself that way. But fuck, you know what I mean? He went from DJ Tiesto to Tiesto, and then, yeah. Like, his music was so freaking memorable, dude. Like, Magic Music, live in LA, that was the fucking album. It really was. And, ugh. Yeah, all for, and, yeah. And now it's like, yeah, like, you look at the festivals, the same fucking 20 people. It's not anything special, and, and we see what happens when there's some, like, uninspiring festival lineups, like Woodstock, the 50th anniversary. When you have an uninspiring lineup, people are not interested. You lose interest, and then the thing gets canceled. And it's like, oh, well, because of security. No, it's because you thought you could just follow the fucking formula, and the kids doing the heart thing would show up. I'm not hating, but maybe I am. and you'd make a bunch of money. You charge $4 for a bottle of water. It's in the middle of summer, and you're just kind of you know co-opting the flower power movement, which doesn't exist anymore. And yeah, that's my thing. And maybe I'm a jaded, bitter piece of shit old man, but whatever. Yeah. And it's not like trance isn't popular anymore. It's still pretty big. Yeah, I can't look, and I can't look at you know how like there's there's words that you can block on Twitter and terms. I have a couple words blocked on there and phrases. There's the obvious ones, like that, clinical psychologist self-help book guy. I have him blocked on there, but YouTube still tries to feed me recommendations. But I just YouTube is actually pretty good now. They don't necessarily do that. But I have Armin van Buren AVB blocked on from showing up on my thing, just because I think he's a bit of a hack. I'm sure he's a really nice person in real life. Haven't heard anything bad about him. He's never been a perv like a lot of DJs have been, but I just think his artistic integrity is zero, and I don't want to see or hear his name. Go trance and side trance. That is that's a thing. How is Go these days? Wait, did I count these correctly? 5. Oh, I need one more. Yep, one more black one. I just gotta get these pots wired up. Yeah, this is super unprofessional because I had a spool, but these are the end. The end of the spool anymore. Fabulous colors. Anyway. I don't want to come off as like being bitter. AVB, he doesn't write his own tracks. He's just it's another situation where he has a lot of people working for him, and he's responsible for their mortgages and stuff like that. So and yet he's expensive, and the guy from Rank 1 writes all of his songs, and he doesn't necessarily, I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know why I dislike. I just kind of do. Have I been to India? No, but where I live in India is very connected. Yeah, it's a brand, not an artist, like that Predator Base Nectar. Same situation. I don't hate Armin van Buren. I don't hate anyone. For his work and what he does and what he represents, I don't enjoy him professionally. Like, Shivers was the last kind of cool thing that he did. And yeah, and just like the worship and all that. Laid back Luke, he's cool. Sean Tyas is also cool. I think he's a friend of mine. I can say, yeah, he's really cool. He inspired me to, you know, to I guess pursue music, because I remember when Lyft was everywhere. I like authentic artists. Yeah, he's very cool. Sean Tyas is my spirit animal. That's also a good point, Hans. It's all about what can you do for me and my brand. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. I might go to India one day, but maybe not Goa. I'm not sure though. Everyone seems to go to Bali now. I'm just like, I don't like the heat. I don't like being too warm, too hot, but whatever. Yeah, Kai Trass. Yeah, I used to listen to him. Yeah. You know what I think happened to Tiesto? Is Tiesto was heavily involved in ID&T. I don't know if he still is, but when ID&T expanded into the States, their kind of flagship DJ person was Tiesto. And ID&T did a controversial thing when they renamed Trance Energy to just Energy. So it wasn't about trance anymore, and that's kind of the day that that the trance kind of died. And I guess Tiesto, maybe it was mutual that everyone kind of changed formats. It's kind of like you have like an awesome radio station, and then it just starts playing pop because they make more money, they can sell better ads and stuff like that. It's a tragedy. It's not like they weren't filling up that arena 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Oh, Identity was sold, so that's maybe, I don't know, maybe instead of getting fired, he is like, oh yeah, I'll wear sneakers. Like I'm a fucking 12-year-old. I'll piggyback Martin Garrix. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah, I think, yeah, they started like Hakkasan. I was actually in Vegas when they started that Hakkasan thing. But yeah, Marvin Garlic. Not hating, but yeah. Maybe I am. I don't know. But yeah, Goa and where I live, they're heavily linked for the most part, right? use my fingers. Can't do fine motor skills. It's not even trash talk, really. It's just, speculation and reality of what actually happened. But yeah, I guess, you can't, when the ride's over, the ride's over. And things change. Like, I really disliked that electro thing that was happening in 2007. But now I look back, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty fun music, And yeah, I hated it then, and I kind of enjoy it now, so I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not necessarily hating. Like, if there's no hate, it's just, my opinion. But maybe I shouldn't sound so grumpy when I say it. That'd be ideal. Who's your favorite producer at the moment? It has to be Deadmau5, I think. Because, yeah, just, yeah, he changed a lot of things. Opened a lot of doors, and I find him fascinating. And yeah, like all of us, we have our flaws, and he's a guy. Like, I remember when he first came onto the scene, Faxing Berlin, and then Not Exactly was one. That was a situation for sure. I remember that. That song was everywhere. I was like, dude, and then, just kind of went to show that, like, like you can do it, right? Like the path wasn't insurmountable. It wasn't, like, how do you get famous as a da-da-da? It's like, no, you just make good music, and then, yeah, he kind of started a genre, essentially, and did his own thing. And I think we're going to see some cool stuff from him soon. I'm hoping, anyway, because, not hating the guy, I'm, like, one of the biggest fans, I guess. But, he hasn't really had a quote-unquote hit in quite some time. He hasn't had, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank here. Ghosts and stuff. We haven't seen that, something like that, in a number of years. But, maybe he's just like, fuck it, I just want to make whatever. So, and that's also admirable as well, in my opinion. And there's no go. Yep, I gotta cut 2 more of those guys. I need more colors. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are sleeping on him, and it's kind of, but whatever. He definitely is very well off, and I guess he doesn't need to make those hits. Like, what is a hit? You know what I mean? It's like, EDM is on the downturn right now. but it'll be back. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like his first album, the one that was mixed. His random album title. That one was freaking dope on a rope. Amazingly dopage on that ropage. You know, and you know, I guess he inadvertently inspired a lot of people. It's like, you know, when Not Exactly came out and it got like a lot of, everyone was just like, I can do that. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a shame though. It's a shame that, yeah, he's had to develop defense mechanisms because, yeah, people fuck with him a lot. And he's an emotional guy. I always say that. What do I think about Skrillex? Yeah, he's just one of those eccentrics. And yeah, he's cool. Do enjoy his music. You know, no one can say that he's not authentic. Yeah, defense mechanisms. And yeah, that's what I call them, I guess. Yeah, that's exactly it, NBC. And you know, it's like, yeah, understandable. Because, yeah, I can imagine, you know, like a good example is his, and this is another person I can't really respect just because whatever, is Headhunters. You know, good music, but gee, just like a little brat, really, because the altercation between him, like making up drama to get like a little flash of fame from, you know, Deadmau5, if I remember correctly, you know, like manufacturing drama to get attention, and like, you know, Joel, I'll name drop, was like, you know, don't do this, like nothing good is going to come from this, and then he just kept on doing that, basically saying that that Joel snubbed him in the green room or something like that. Totally stupid. And then everyone picked up on it, and I was like, when I read that, I was like, fuck you. Right? But it seems to work. Yeah, and then he didn't have hair, and then he had hair, and then now he's back. I don't know. Yeah. Favorite way to start a new track in Ableton? I'm just dropping in, you know, like drum racks and stuff. Ugh. Anyway. I'm glad he's off the drugs, though. Which one's this one? No, maybe this one. I assure you it's not as dark as it seems in the video. There. A little less dark, more blue. What's my favorite fruit? I like eggs. And don't laugh at my soldering station. Yeah. Eggplants are a fruit. Is a pumpkin a fruit? Soldering potentiometers. Fruity Loops 20. What happened to 13 through 19? Come on, dude. Oh. Like they didn't want to call it whatever. They wanted to, like Xbox One X. What are they going to call the next Xbox? What are they going to call a thing that I'm never going to buy? Or even consider buying? Yeah, since the whole Destiny thing, I remember, I was like, oh my god, Destiny, and I got it, and I was just, within an hour, I was instantly disappointed. I'm like, I'm never going to buy a console again. And then I bought a Switch. So, whatever. But I waited a year. I was like, okay, I need to, and then I was like, okay, I can play Stardew Valley on the shitter. I'm buying one. Let me tint this. So, yeah. have all the doors and windows open, so don't worry. You know, I need a fan. This is getting ridiculous. Do I have a fan handy anywhere? It's gotta be the Z-Box, son. Why did I switch from FL Studio to Ableton? Because I watched a video of Paul Van Dyke using Ableton, and I really enjoyed it, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. Do I wait to purchase tech items on Black Friday or ramage sales? No, I don't do that shit. I'm not gonna trample an old lady for a freaking toaster. Do I have a fan around here? I think I do. Hold on. Let me take a look. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's my fan? Where is it? Fucking 12 volts. See? Okay. I have some computer fans, but they're 12 volt DC. So... No, I'm not breathing anything. F that. But yeah, fan will just be freaking noisy. What was my first synth? Virus TI Snow. It was pretty dope. Yeah, these are my biggest fans. There's got to be bigger fans somewhere. Like, I have an induction fan, but that's not going to work. I need like a little blower. Like the window and the door and that door are open, but yeah, hold on. I will take a gander. One sec. Come on, fan. Found one. I'll set it up over here. Yeah, shit. And it's not gonna work. Oh! Got a fan. Got it. I'm going to turn it just a tiny bit. Okay, there's a fan. Let's get that in there. Steel wool. Kind of works. Yep. I am soldering. The Lord remix, I don't know where that is. I think it was on my web and I had to take it off. Are self tough and the music. What? Oh. What? I don't know what you're asking me. Hold on, I'm just trying to do a thing here. And oh yeah, that one right there. And then this one. Cool. Yeah. Again, don't laugh at my soldering station. No, I don't know. Who? Do I know Lorne? No. Should I? Super 8 is a binaural synth. $2,300. No, I don't know more. Oops. I do not know that person that you are speaking of. What the heck? Why is it that much? Built to be played. Mow the lawn. I don't know, friends. Just assume that I'm your grandpa and I don't know what's going on. I gotta snip these leads. Oh, it was a joke. See, I don't get jokes either. So sorry. Neat and tidy. I don't get it either. Why are you telling me stuff I don't understand? Don't make me telling you. Cool. Very nice. Okay. You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Am I open to criticism? Like a listening thing? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it in a video, and yeah, when that time comes, I'm going to do that indeed. Stereo versus surround. Depends on what you're doing. Obviously, surround for, like, you know, music is kind of like, you know, not a thing. But for like film and whatnot, yeah, you know. Film is, yeah, the surround in film. But yeah. Send demos to me to critique them live. Assuming my internet would be able to handle that, maybe. I wouldn't be able to do that right now. I'm a little bit preoccupied. Plus I don't have like an adequate kind of listening environment. Have I tried stereoizing reverb? Oh yeah, all the time. You know what, like mid-side tricks, and, well, not mid-side tricks, but like mid-side EQing to reverb, you get like a really good result. Yeah, machine into Ableton. Yeah, no, it's you have to think of it as, I guess, an external brain. Really, like, think of the VST. I treat the VST as you know, the Virus TI. So, you know, I use that. It's a way. I treat machine, if I do integrate, I treat it as a hardware unit with audio in and out and things like that. And then I record what it's doing, and then I disable the VST and then enable it when I want to get things going that way. So yeah, hope that maybe answers the question. Like if you want to use it as a as a sequencer, or you can record drum hits in real time, or record the MIDI of the drum hits and then record the machine. You know, simple things like that. Oh, okay. So yeah, having two different reverbs on the left and right, that might be a little weird, but it might sound pretty cool. Have I ever tried making hardstyle kicks and stuff? I think everyone's tried to make hardstyle at some point or other. Okay. Why do I have that open? Any info on convolution amp sims, like the Kemper profiler and stuff like that? I guess yeah, they're I haven't used them, so but the idea is yeah, they emulate amplifiers. You know, they sound out an impulse and they record that impulse and then they save it, and then they apply that character to your guitar. Using Machine as a sequencer is actually pretty fun, and using it as like a hardware way to do things is pretty neat. Right. Yeah, getting hardware to improve productivity, in my opinion, it doesn't really, like, mouse clicks and mouse movements are pretty productive, and keyboard shortcuts pretty productive, right? But like machine and push and like any kind of MIDI control is like a way to augment creativity or things like that. I haven't DJ'd in maybe a decade. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay. Come on, dude. Give me a pulse. Just want to confirm some things. And I need these two things. The heck is that? Do 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 do. Okay, well that makes sense. I knew those were the push button situations. And then these. Okay. Linear potentiometers. Nope, don't touch. Don't touch! Okay. And then... And that's what? That is... Good. Good. Do, 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 do. I ain't building nothing like that, dude. What's with this surround stuff? Why do we do this? Linus Tech Tips doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Exactly. Ugh. I know, right? Yeah, it was quadraphonic at one point. That's true. Yes. Okay. And then, yeah, that R80. Oh, cool. Bam, son. We go it. What are you saying? Yeah, yeah, it's like, 4.1. Then 5.1 and 8.1, and now it's like Dolby Atmos. Like, once it gets to the point, like, can we like spatially differentiate any more freaking speakers? That's what I want to know. Anyway, how's school? Yeah. Surround is like, yeah, one of those things. It's like we have 2 years. We have 2 speakers. That's all you need. And that's my opinion. Yeah. And then, it's just logistically a nightmare. And I don't care for it. I don't want it. Oh yeah, school. I can imagine. You gotta focus on your studies, or else you will be homeless. No one likes a homeless. I'm just joking. Yeah, that should be, about right, maybe. Yeah, and then get those to the ground rail, most definitely. Yeah, and then, I guess, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll just do these for now. Have I ever tried psychedelics? Of course. Do I look like a guy that would do that? But yeah, that is a pretty random question, I have to say. I would have to agree with you that it is indeed a question of the random variety. Whether or not you have partaken in the psychedelic adventures Yeah, you can discuss that. Like you want me to discuss that? I I haven't really had that many experiences. One of the more intense experiences I've ever had was with weed. That was one of those things where uh, I was a young lad, and I was smoking, but for some reason I wasn't getting high yet. I don't know why. Even though I was inhaling, like I for sure was inhaling, right? I did inhale, but I wasn't getting, the psychoactive effects, and I could just exhale like plumes of smoke. I was 12 years old, um, but yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was 12, and maybe I just turned 13. I don't know, but I had there was a friend, and this was in northern BC. He had a particular strain called White Rhino, and this was different weed. This was like the shiny speckly weed with like not a whole lot of leaves and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So what happened was is I just obliterated um, just hoot after hoot. Like we we packed a bowl and then another bowl, and then we were passing around a joint between the four of us, and every time it came to me I was just inhaling this freaking thing. And the stoner I was with, his name was John, I think, I'm not sure. He's Jamaican. And I was like, let's pack another bowl, let's pack another bowl. He's like, okay. So we had this joint in the ether somewhere. I'm not feeling anything. And the sun's kind of setting, and we're in this bush area. And I'm like, yeah, let's do another bowl, let's do another bowl. And so we do that, and then I'm like, let's do another one, and then the stoner's like, no, we're good. And I was like, oh, come on. And I was like, okay. So then we're just like, I'm just like laughing and stuff, and I start to feel like a little wave of something, but it wasn't even that much. I'm like, oh, this is what being stoned is. This is rather enjoyable. So we start walking back through these bushes. It's like this tall grass stuff, and I'm looking at the moon, and then I basically leave my body for about 5 minutes, and I go deep into the machinery. That's all I could describe it. I left. I was gone, and I teleported to the backyard. There's the forest, and then there's like the backyard, and we ran off and did the thing. We came back, and beforehand we were gonna camp outside, and there was like tents. So I remember being like, I have to lay down, and I was panicking, but I was so baked that I could not even comprehend emotion. Like I was afraid, but I was unable to feel that, and everything was like a mishmash. And I go into the tent, and I just collapse on top of a sleeping bag, and I'm just like fighting it. I'm fighting this very uncomfortable feeling. Yeah, so I teleported from the bushes to the tent, and like people, and they're like looking at me, and they're like, dude, and I'm not there. And then I snap out of it briefly, because you have like how like you have those moments, and then they're looking at me, and the face they're making to me makes me freak the fuck out. And I'm just like, I just thought, I am never gonna be the same after this. This is not going to end. And I was like, 12, and I was like, the waves of paranoia and stuff. And I was like freaking out. And then I teleport again into the machinery, even more so. Like, I'm like falling down this rabbit hole, and like there's like biochemical stuff. It was very, very psychedelic, almost, and it was very uncomfortable, but very cool at the same time. And then I'm in the backyard in the tent, and then I just remember being like, I book it. I take off, and the whole time I had a freezy, those freezy things, and the plastic things, like the frozen thing. The freezy, I'm running, and then I'm just like, I'm on the deck, and then for some reason I just put the freezy down, because for some reason I didn't want to take it into the house, and then I run upstairs to like look at myself in the mirror, because I just had the urge to do that, to kind of ground myself. And then, like my dad comes home. And, me and my dad were cool. Like, he wouldn't have approved of it, but he would have been cool with it. But I was so fucking scared. And he was like, why do you leave the freezy on the deck? But kind of like, in a stern way. I don't know. But like, yeah. Leaving the freezy on the deck. And I'm just going down the stairs. And I'm just fucking gone. Like, at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, it's not getting any worse. Maybe I can get through this. If this gets any worse, I need to go to the hospital. So then I go downstairs, and then I go into the I guess you call it like a rumpus room. It's a room with a couch, and a TV. And there's like the PlayStation, and then like the Nintendo, and it's just like, WCW versus NWO World Tour in there and stuff like that. And my dad had gotten movies for us, and I'm just on the couch, and I was like, yeah, thanks. And we put on the movie, and the movie was 10 Things I Hate About You, and John was like, yeah, this is what it's all about. And I was just like, I can't do it. And then I think just something happened in my brain where I just surrendered. And I was like, okay, this is my life now. And I know how to kind of navigate. I've blacked out and gapped out for around 10 minutes at a time. Or not 10 minutes, maybe like 40 seconds. 40 seconds I would leave my body, and then I would come back. Like, I'd be completely gone. But like in another world where like physics and reality wasn't a thing. It was just kind of not quite like a dream world, but like a thought would occur, and then that thought would morph into a physical shape, an idea, and then sounds would start happening. And then like I would like kind of explore this idea, and then I would start to feel it in my body, and then I would come out of it. It's really weird to explain, and that's only happened to me maybe twice or 3 times in my life, and I fear going back to that place. But yeah, we watched a movie, and the entire movie, I don't remember it, but the entire movie was just odd and bizarre, and human behavior was just weirding me out, and we were all just tripping each other out and stuff like that. It was really fun. Anyway, that was my first psychedelic experience, and I believe that it was a psychedelic experience just because of the oddness of the whole thing. It's like, like the idea of I have smoked so much, too much. No one has ever been this stoned. I'm not stoned. I'm not giggly and stuff. I am in a new planet. I'm in a new paradigm. And yeah, just the thoughts and everything just came about. And like it wasn't like when when you're stoned, everything's kind of like, when you're really stoned, like everything's kind of fuzzy, and people kind of like, you see things in like a way different way. Like the spatiality of things is different. The depth of things is kind of flattened, or like super far away. It's like the oxygen is being pumped out of the room. Yeah. Drugs actually changed the way making music. Yeah, and I don't know if it's for better or for worse. It's not up to me to decide, but yeah, one of those interesting things for sure. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, that was a really weird experience. So much so that I was like, I don't remember, but I think maybe I was reliving a past life. Like I was so affected by that weed that if right now I came to and I was 12 years old again, and this whole experience that I've had my entire life since then, like 20, whatever, however long, 18 years, if this entire 18-year period was a trip and I came to, I'd be like, that makes sense, right? And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm still tripping. All right, well, hopefully I can retain this knowledge and apply it to my next trip, and then eventually these trips will stop, and then I can, continue my life as a 12-year-old. I gotta connect these ground wires somehow. Yeah, but I'm sure, yeah, like the experience that I had was very typical, and I was a big dumb kid that just got too stoned, didn't know my limit. Like I could have just had a puff of that and have been fine, but I think like at some point there's diminishing returns where you don't get any more stoned. But I don't know. It would be super interesting though. Like maybe I'm kind of an adult, and I'm not as anxiety prone. So maybe what happened, or maybe what could happen, is if I got that stoned again, which would be very difficult, I think I would be able to navigate and enjoy that experience a little bit more. Or be like, I remember this. Yeah. No, but I don't smoke weed anymore. I haven't for the last year. I'm wiring up some rotary encoders. Yeah, being stoned, it makes you appreciate, and you have more divergent thinking, and it's good as a tool for that, and it gives you like a second kind of sober thought of what you're making. So that makes it really good. But in terms of doing it all the time, I used to do it all the time. Like when I started my YouTube career, I was just baked all the time. It was crazy. Three-Eyed Raven and Game of Thrones. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched it. Never in my life have I watched that television program. Yeah, no, like straight edge or sobriety is cool too. It's just I was a product of my environment. Like you don't have to do any drugs. Like it is an experience, and if you do it responsibly and safe and things like that, and you're a healthy person and of sound mind, nothing wrong with doing it or not doing it. Like whatever. The weed, getting stuff. I can't smoke weed right now. Not until I don't know. I get the all clear, and even then, I'm just like, do I really? Right. So, nah. Yeah, TV kind of sucks. Yeah. Do 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 do. Oh, a weed inhaler? Yeah. Oh. I don't need anything, really. I don't even drink Red Bull anymore. I used to be a fiend of sorts, but no longer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to use perforated board to solder this in, because I think that would be a little bit more appropriate. A little bit more clean. Just so I use it, Because I don't have pans to hold this stuff in. It's not common for people to experience that. I think, what do I say? I'm not saying that I'm a unique and special person. What I am maybe saying is that I have a brain that does not lend well to being stoned. You know what I mean? So there you go. Yes. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I'll just do that. That makes sense to me mathematically. 100%. Yeah, and then I'll give myself some leeway there as well. Oh, and I'll solder it to that as well. I'm smart. When I say I'm smart, I'm just being a little shit, so don't mind me. And I actually don't need to have that connected to any kind of ground pin. I should just cut that off. Cut it off. Yeah. I remember the first time I got drunk as well, which was far more, looking back, far more scary because I could have fucking died. Yeah, I have never been that sick. And I did throw up everywhere. And I could have, I'm gonna allow that. I could have definitely died, like asphyxiation at the age of like 16. Yeah. Basically drank too much. I'm not destroying the creation, I'm just getting rid of the standoff pins of these encoders, which, you know, I don't need. Because they're going to be in this panel for testing purposes. And then that way I can kind of have more of a rigid situation, but that involves a little bit of cutting with this guy here, which I could actually just snap it, but yeah, I'll just do that. But no, I'm not destroying anyone's creations. How many do I need? Yeah, I need maybe like 1 or 2, just in case I need to put like a resistor in there or something. Yes, I have it. Cool. Yeah, these I guess they're called strip boards. They're actually pretty good. Oh, come on, you freaking dink. I don't have the good fingers of sorts anymore. You remember? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Da 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 da. Very cool, everybody. Yeah, and then I'll just split that down the middle. Yeah. But, dude. Yeah, and that, you know, leads me to believe that the most dangerous thing on the planet is alcohol. And, you know, I guess atomic bombs and stuff like that, but, you know, something that kills more people every year is, you know, not that sort of thing. I'm actually not going to snap this. I'm just going to... Oops. Alright then. How did I become friends with Sean Ty? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. We're buds. No. Yeah, no, I'm just I'm a fan, I suppose. Well, I am, yeah. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just followed him on Twitter, and like a lot of those guys, I can't speak for him, but everyone, I kind of facilitated the transition from Ableton, no, from wherever else they came from to Ableton. So, you know, there was yeah, some appreciation there. So yeah, I'm not gonna complain with that. And yeah, they had some impact on their joiny. So do you smoke weed? No, I don't. I do not. I am a bit of a square these days for health reasons. Yeah. So yeah, that is my choice. Yeah, cool. I'll make that all neat. Cats are like double agents. Cats are awesome, especially if you have good ones. Even like an asshole cat is like not that bad. Come on, bruh. There we go. Okay. No, I don't want that to go anywhere, so I'm going to move those up just a tiny bit. So it's all about working on your dexterity. Because if you don't have dexterity, you got nothing. Yep. Cats always know when to chill. That is true. I have never read a more true comment than that comment that I just read. You gotta clean up around me too, which I'll do. So, fingers freaking crossed. I hopefully will have my function generator showing up. Oh, and one more. Today. So then we can all have something fun to look at. Aliens. I'm building an alien spacecraft. These are like ridiculously well made. For ants. Cool. Okay, I got perf board on these, which I think makes a little bit more sense just in case I need to do any modifications. I'll just have that like that, and then this way. Yep, that way I can do that. And yeah, actually I want to use this one. That sounds more like it. Do I have a pilot license? No. We had an avionics technician in yesterday. That was pretty cool. He works on helicopters. Yeah. We have helicopters here. If there's ever an emergency, a helicopter comes. It's pretty cool. So we don't have ambulances. We have helicopters. It's going quite well. Come 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go run down to the mailbox down the hill, and hopefully my function generator got here. So fingers frickin' crossed. I need my function generator. Have you coveted a goat? I do that every morning. I don't really know what you mean, but whatever. Helicopters are okay. The helicopter blades, how they like droop when they land. It's so fascinating how those things don't like, you know, blow up or fall apart out of the sky. It's fascinating to me. You know, and it's kind of scary when a helicopter comes here, because, you know, there's a lot of elderly people, and yeah, emergency evac that happens. I have a Finnish twin brother. Post that picture. Post it. I'm gonna solder these. We do solder. What the F are you? Yeah, I do have that album. Yeah. Look, Italians had some really good pushes. Yeah. Number one rule is yeah, don't fuck with helicopters. Don't fuck with helicopters, don't fuck with trains. Don't fuck with electricity. Really? I guess we look like a lot of people. I guess we, you know. Because, yeah, well, we have, you know, been around, let's say. And, yeah, Ukrainian, Hungarian, Irish, and then, like, North American, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I imagine there's some genes floating around, and I read recently that blue-eyed people, you can trace that back to a single person in Mesopotamia. So all blue-eyed people are related. Well, we're all related anyway. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know why we're going to war and we hate each other so much when we're freaking related. Yeah, I guess I'm one of those people that like looks like a lot of people. Yeah. Your jeans are faded. My jeans are a pretzel. Someone said like my family tree is a stump. I prefer my family tree as a pretzel just because it's more of a funnier freaking visual, and then you have to like think about it. Damn inbreeders. Okay, I'm gonna pin these down. Yeah. The blue-eyed thing, yeah. That was caused by inbreeding. I need some steel wool too. I'm running out. There we go. I have a thing down there, and I clean the tip, so don't get upset. Okay, yeah, I'll just pin that down. In some regions, family trees run in circles. Apparently, that was a thing. It's called cousinry, and it happened in the States. Like there wasn't enough people or something. And oh my god, like I don't get it. Like, you know, like adult entertainment, you know what I mean, is kind of like a reflection of society, in my opinion. Like, I'm sure there's like historians that can, you know, talk about the, or like, you know, social scientists can look at this, but you know, in the 90s, porn was a reflection of, I guess, current trends or like exaggerated fetishes, I suppose. But if you look at adult entertainment these days, it's all incest fetishes. It's like, you know, I don't understand. So I don't know what the point of me talking about that was, but yeah. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, like the point is, I was talking to my dad about this because me and my dad, we talk about almost everything. Like, no, there's no taboo subject. And I was explaining to him, I'm like, I believe that, you know, adult entertainment is a reflection of society, and I think it's kind of going downhill. And look at it. Look at this. You know what I mean? And I was explaining, I'm like, yeah, it's all incest, and, you know, sibling and parent. You know, it's like not a cool thing. And he's like, really? You know, because he's from the 90s, from like VHS style, you know. Anyway, might not be an appropriate topic, but it's just, I don't know how we got on that. Oh yeah, the cousinry, like inbreeding, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, it's like a, I don't know. I'm thinking, and I'm hoping that, you know, like, you know, like in the old days, like sexual thought was pretty. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Two birds are fighting. Okay, that's good. Yeah, two male birds are fighting over a ladybird. What was I talking about? Shit. I just forgot what I was talking about. Damn it. Someone help me out. What was I saying? Oh, it was a good point. It'll come back. It'll come back. I was gonna make a really awesome point about something. Way off topic. But when you stream record Ableton, do you run an ASIO and get it all in software? Couldn't get to work. I use the ASIO plugin for OBS, and it works very well. Like, I was using a virtual audio cable with like a loop through my sound card, but I don't need to do that anymore. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, come on, dude! Come on, dude! Yeah. No, it's just I got distracted by two freaking birds fighting. Which is, you know, totally something that I would do. Go around. Cool. Were the birds fighting over their sister? Maybe. Yep, that'll work. I need the pliers here. Yeah. I think I was talking about how adult film is the reflection of society and it's going downhill. Oh no, I was talking about old school, like in the 1800s, sexual thought was really naughty. So much so that like everyone was very repressed. So what they would, like, guys would get excited when, you know, a woman would show her ankle. Like an ankle was like, ugh, you know what I mean? So much so that like tablecloths, like the long tablecloths, the reason why is because the ankle of the wood post thing of the table would was considered sexual back then. So imagine that. Compare that to Elvis shaking his hips, which was very sexual back then. You might as well be, you know, doing bad stuff. You know, like, I don't know what it would be compared to today, but yeah, that was a thing, and now that's considered harmless. And you know what Madonna did in her day was you know, controversial, but you know, not so much anymore. And yeah, it just kind of goes on, and we evolve and we liberate. And you know, now, you know, twerking was considered like, ooh, but now it's like, you know, considered a form of, you know, empowerment, and you know, really is. And you know, just sake of example, you know, so it just goes to show how much things kind of change over time, which fascinates me. You know, it's like you know, these misconceptions that have been around, that have come and gone. It's like the idea that you know, women were unable, couldn't experience pleasure. You know, oh, it turns out, oh, they can. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think, you know what? Like everything that's happening now, it's happening so fast. Society is evolving very quickly, like exponent. It's like Moore's law, but like society. So in, you know, similar things, we have, like, you know, in my lifetime, I've seen, in 2005, yeah, marriage equality in Canada, gay rights, protections of gay people, and, you know, recent years, you know, protections of trans people and non-binary people and all this, you know, like, so like everyone can be totally rock and roll and just be themselves and be protected, which is good. It's like, you know, like laws are there to protect people who need to be protected the most. So, you know, that's why they kind of exist. I don't know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I don't know. Like, art is there to kind of, if you're not pushing something with art, if you're not trying to like make a point or challenge something, then there's no point in really doing anything, really. Then you're just making a product. But, you know, if you want to Disney, you know, gets Star Wars happening again, and the one of the two lead characters is black, and people are just like, and then, you know, it's one of those points that's just like, we're in a new thing now, and it's way better than before, and get fucking used to it, you know. And I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, and the lead character is a female woman, right? and that it's a reflection of how we've improved since the 70s. And I'm off on a freaking tangent, but it's good to be cool with one another. Yeah, people do some crazy stuff to stand out. Doing a crazy thing just to stand out is only good if you are making a commentary or poking fun or asking a question about society. So I don't know, like I don't know, like the Kathy Griffin, the beheading of Donald Trump. While not particularly clever, did have a bit of a point. It wasn't really thought out, but if you thought it out a bit more and you did something like that and you presented it in a proper way, it would have made a lot more sense and it would have had a better reaction. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I don't know. Who's the guy that did Piss Christ? Oh wait, no, like another. Oops, fuck. Who's the guy that did Piss Christ? And then the other one was Sinead O'Connor ripping up an image of the Pope. And now you could get away with doing that anywhere. But at the time she did it, it wasn't presented in such a way. It wasn't carried out in a way that was, I guess, maybe appropriate. So it didn't really work. If you're going to do something like that, you got to do it properly. You have to present it in a way. I'm going to have to get some suctiony stuff happening here. Come on, dude. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hindsight is 2020, and it kind of ruined the career. So if you're gonna do something, you got to do it carefully, and that's a free tip from me to you. No, there's so much fucking gunk on this, dude. Okay, this will be the last one for now. Greetings from Siberia. What's happening in Siberia? Free tip, wow, thanks. If you're gonna make a political commentary, don't do it in a way that's not a good thing. You got to present it in a way that makes sense mathematically. And I need to move some things around here. I gotta charge my drill too. Remind me to charge my drill. Yeah, I'll just do that later. Jesus. Yep, 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 yep. What logic board. It's a Lab Nation oscilloscope logic board function generator. But I need another function generator. But yeah, it's it's a little USB oscilloscope that I can take with me and stuff. Oh, did I say the wrong time? I apologize saying the wrong country. I have dyslexia, or dyslexia, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, those ground pins shall go there. Okay, and there you have. Oh, actually, no, I need to freaking wire the data cables. I am not that bright right now. I wish I was smarter. I'm watching the stream from a 2x4 prison bathroom in Guatemala. Okay. I don't know. Shouldn't you be working out? I'll send you some mail. Oh yeah, there's like a fetish for prison mates. I forget what it's called. Ted Bundy fathered. Did you watch that Ted Bundy thing? And like you fathered a child in jail. How do you do that? Like I know how you do that, but like, yeah, one of those things. Hey, just joined. What are you doing here? We're talking about incest and we're wiring rotary encoders. And we're talking about prison. It's like a law, you know what I mean? It's like it only takes so and so amount of time before things devolve into talking about prison soap. You're in Rec Room 7, you have another hour? No, I've never been to jail, but I am familiar with convicts and inmates and stuff like that. And, you know, it's a thing. No. I found out. No, I'm not going to say that. What? I need to get some more wire. 24 gauge. Do it. Good night, everyone. Good night. Auntie, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. Send me a pronunciation key and I'll try to say it. It's a cool looking last name, though, that's for sure. So after this is done, I'm good and I can do some cool stuff. I need some 10K analog pods, though. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah. Hyodienma. Probably the worst attempt ever at a name. What's the best thing about Ableton 10? For me lately is like capture. Like that feature is actually really cool where it's like kind of it's like, you know, you can noodle around, you'd be like, oh cool, that idea was cool, and then you try to recreate or record it and it doesn't work out. But now it does. It's like super dope. For lack of a better description. can count. Yeah, you can record, exactly. You can record ideas more naturally, right? Because how many times have you been noodling and then you're just like, oh, I want that. And then, you know, you're just like, huh? I can't do it. I've ever been to Berlin. I have never left the North Americas. Should I go to Berlin? Yeah, you get an idea, and then and you can't do it again. You're like, what do I do? Right. It kind of, you know, keeps that creative, I guess, spark. Like you can just be free form and not have anxiety about it and get an idea down and not have to worry about, okay, now I got to record that. I have to remember what it is. I have to play it at BPM. It's like, is this what I did? You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. If I like techno, I need to go to Berlin. Yeah, I'd love to. What was that? What's that club that like nobody can get into? And then, you know, Felix the House Cat was barred entry and he just went on a tirade. He's like, they're racist. And I was like, oh, you fucking dork. They don't let anyone in. He just thought he could just like go in. Yeah, that might be the one. I remember that. That was freaking hilarious. That guy's not too fucking bright. The club. And I remember, yeah, Scooter couldn't get in it. They're like, I don't give a shit who you are. You're not getting in. And it's like, yeah, like no phones or whatever. Yeah, it's actually like, I've seen pictures inside. It's really cool. Oh, in an hour I'm gonna go check the mail. I don't know if I should leave the stream going and come back and do things, or maybe I should give it a rest. It's pretentious. Yeah, so yeah, maybe there's like a better club. There was like a TV show. It was an animated TV show, and there was a nightclub. No, it was like a bunch of people living in an apartment. It wasn't Friends. It was animated. It wasn't like Friends at all, and they like ended up having people think that the meter room was like this exclusive club. They just had a guy out front, and then like the carpet, and then the fucking clicky rope thing, and like people would just line up around the block for like not even anything, just to try to get in. I don't know if it was Adult Swim. This was like decades ago. It wasn't the Oblongs. It wasn't anything. Yeah. I forget what it's called, but yeah, they had the meter room, and it was like this exclusive club, and somehow they made a bunch of, it was like this scheme that they had. It's pretty fucking funny, actually. Oh, I need to figure out what it is. Mission Hill. Mission Hill meter room. Was that, or did I? Oh, maybe I didn't. Nah. Anyway, it's not freaking important. The electrical room. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Yeah. My freaking brain sometimes, guys. But yeah, anyway. Data cables. Yeah, Mission Hill. What a weird program. And then Oblongs, this is like this TV show, yeah, and this like little girl had like a penis on her head. Back when TV had balls. I don't think it was a Cartoon Network. I forget what it was. Yeah, because it was in Canada that this television program took place. Son of a bitch. Ren and Stimpy was great. What happened to Ren and or Stimpy? Yep. Go over that way. Nope. My fingers are not working, but that is okay. And I will do that, and then I'll bend you down, and then you will stay. Am I near Guelph? I am the opposite end of that nation. I am not in Toronto. I am in BC. The land of drum circles and hipsters. Come on, dude. Bend that way. There we go. Q. Sup, Colin? Yeah, Patreon is just it's more of a, like, I can't do any kind of exclusive stuff right now, nor do I have the ability to get the Discord up and running and be able to monitor that and things of that nature. So it's just if you want to support. If not, then no worries. Okay. Yeah, birds are very competitive over things that they like to compete over. It's late in Sweden. Yeah, it's your bedtime, dude. Go to bed. this will be here when you wake up. So no worries there. Craziness. Crazy freaking territorial birds. Just going bananas. Oh, you gotta be working 12 hours? Dude. Oh, you work night shift, or are you on opposite end of the world where it's different in terms of its time management? I need to set this up. Yeah. Okay. Jeez. You night owls. It's yeah, 3:12 p.m. here. You work part-time as a lumberjack? That's cool. You jack lumber? I have like, you know, you look back, and I think your brain makes you look back at certain memories because they were kind of poignant at a time, and you know how you like think of things randomly. I think that's your brain being like, do you still want to remember this, or do you want to forget it? Because we're about to toss this out. It's like an audit, and I remember in high school. There was this guy, and I wonder what he's doing now. There was a guy, and he didn't say anything. But what he would do is he would just think that everything was ridiculous. He would just like walk around, look at something, and be like, and then walk. That's what he did. That was his thing. And I don't know why, I think about that like once a week. And I'm just like, what the? I wonder what he's doing now. I bet he's like a supervisor or some sort of thing. But yeah, he would just like go around, and he never did it to me, but he'd be like, yeah, oh, hummingbird, what's up? Yeah, he would, like everything was ridiculous. He's like, what the hell? Holy shit, dude. Null packet. $50 super chat, son. That's dope. Thank you so much. That's a hefty sum there. That is hefty. No, the guy that does that, you wouldn't do that. You'd be like, right on, dude. Yeah. You just got me some spools of 24 gauge wire. How much is that wire? I don't know. I want to get a bunch, different colors and stuff like that. Because really, yeah, like red power, black ground, and then green right now is data. But I need more, and I have these jumpers, but. You know, I need to get some prototypes going. And, you know, it's good for the arthritis. I actually don't have arthritis, but it's good for the situation I got going on here. But yeah, am I revealing what I'm working on? I'm working on a project, and it's really inspiring, and I'm excited about it. That's what I'm working on. I will reveal it very soon. Clean that off. Oh, I gotta turn this shit on. So you might hear a little bit of wind. I just don't want to breathe this shit in. Nice. It's a little bit too far away. I freaking hurt my hand on a lawnmower a little while ago. It's trying to oscillate. It's trying to say no to me. Yeah. But anyway. Mm-hmm. I need freaking clips. But yeah, that's a hefty super chat donation. I really appreciate that. Okay, there's a nice little bridge. All right. Cool. Always clean your tip off. Always frickin' make sure that you are aligned. Hopefully you're not hearing too much wind situations. Cool. There we go. It's not rocket appliances. I did fix my PC issues. I fixed the streaming issues as well. Do not confuse a lawnmower with a helicopter. I will not do that. That does not sound comfortable to me. And then I'll press that down and bend that thus way. But yeah, no, that $50 is gonna be there for a while. That's fantastic. It's like a record. Alright, you remember, oops. Heat the work, not the solder. And don't breathe this. Hopefully you're not hearing too much of the wind. Mm-hmm. No, I need to fix that. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Get out of there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember in high school. I remember in high school the first time I used a soldering iron was a week after I had first used the Bunsen burner to melt and bend glass, and I just had burns all over my hand. That was awful. My high school career in Alberta was just phenomenally like crazy. Like that place is the Wild West in terms of like what goes on, especially if you're in like a rural town. I remember there was like a talent show, talent show in high school, and two kids were into like karate or something like that, and I guess it was supposed to be like a demonstration in front. Well, no, first there was like a team building exercise or something like that, where we were put into groups of like 5, and there was a kid in our group, and we had to duct tape him to the wall with 2 rolls of duct tape. And we got him to stay up there. And then another kid got fucking strangled and he almost died. Yeah, because the duct tape strangled him and he lost like fucking circulation to his head. And then the talent show, the 2 kids were like doing karate, doing demonstration. And then like, I don't know, something happened. Like they were supposed to be like, whoa, like doing like the flips and stuff like that. I guess something happened because they were in front of like the whole school, which is like 115 kids. They just started beating the fuck out of each other. It was crazy. And like we're all like looking at each other and they're just like pounding like roundhouse kick and like spinning kicks and shit like that. And like one kid got his bell rung and he just like folded, and the other guy just got on top of him and just started like wailing his freaking head. And then like the principal had, so like it turned into like a real fight, which was fascinating. And then a couple kids did a wrestling match in their underwear, which is interesting. I didn't do any talent shit. This is retarded. That's what I said back then. I wouldn't say that now. I'd be like, this is not satisfactory. What was my first MIDI controller? It was a Keystation 61. Yeah, Keystation 61. It was great. And I was like, I'm going to improve immediately. That's what I thought. Didn't happen. Yeah, I was bullied in high school in Alberta just because I stuck out like a sore thumb. I was into like the gay music, and yeah, it's like one of the more humiliating. Well, not even, it wasn't even humiliating, but like what happened was like this kid. I'm not gonna give his name out, but like he had red hair and like buck teeth and stuff like that. He was a bit of a fucking turd to me. I don't know if he is anymore. I'm actually going back down to that town in June, so that's going to be interesting. Some of those people might be where I'm going to be, but yeah, no, but probably no big deal. But yeah, he had like like those white erasers. He'd like pick off a piece of eraser and he'd throw it at me, and I just like looked at him, and then I was like, "Stop throwing that at me." And the teacher saw him throw it, and then she did nothing. So I just left the class. And then she kept on coming out. I'm like, I'm not going in there until you reprimand that fucking piece of shit. Didn't say that. I'm like, I'm not going in there until that stops. And then she didn't even address. She's just like, okay, you got to come back to class now. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Yeah. I think he's a bit of a sociopath. Because we were both in I was getting, I think I was getting my transfer forms or something, because I was from BC going to school in Alberta, and so the standards drop quite substantially there, so I had to get the equivalency. So I shouldn't be that mean, but oh no, that's good. Yeah. But yeah, we're like both in the office, and he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? I'm just like, I'm just getting my grades switched over. And he's like, you shouldn't say that you're going to kill your classmates. You shouldn't say that. And I was like, and it was like in front of like the receptionists, and they're just like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, I wonder what he's doing now, but he's in jail, or he's dead. Fucking asshole. Yeah, like your identity in school is like, you know, the music that you listen to. There were people in my class that would dress up like full on cowboy outfits, like 18th century boots and everything. And it was very confusing to me. Good to see. Everyone's like, I didn't want to hear that story, but yeah. Am I giving y'all flashbacks? These are going to be this. Yeah. It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. No, and then I moved back to BC and I was freaking hardened and I did not give a fuck. Literally, I did not give a fuck. I found, I've been finding so many things. I've been going through like my old stuff and I've been finding, I'm actually gonna, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have this go in between these. I've been finding so many things and I had like, you know, I was, like no one academic wise, teacher wise, they didn't want to have anything to do with me. But I was like the most fascinating kid in class in like I guess my whole school because I was just like long hair, fuck you. Someone tried to chew me, I was just like, you know what, go fuck yourself or whatever. I said, you know, I would just like, I think the term is clap back. I would clap back or what have you. I did not fucking care. And they're like, okay, don't fuck with that guy. You know? Not to be a tough guy about it, but yeah. And oh yeah, and I'm finding like I used to remember like those emo pins that everyone was wearing. I had one, but it was a little bit different. It was a vagina, which was fascinating. That I thought that was a good idea, and I was just trying to get a row out of people, and I never really got in trouble. And I did a lot of stuff that would have got me into some trouble. That could have got me into some trouble. Okay. Just checking continuity. I always check continuity because it'll just come and bite me in the ass later. All right. Yeah, I need to bring this back down. Yeah, no, I was into electronic music when, you know, it was considered like gay. Like you were gay if you liked it. And that was demoralizing for a little bit, and then I was just like, I'm not ashamed of what I like. Yeah. Continuity should be good, but it's always a good idea to double check because then, you know, you might not, you might pull your hair out a little bit later. Yep. And then that one is this. Oh, yeah, there we're good. Is it 4 o'clock yet? Yep. This one is that one. Yep. And then this one is that one. Okay. Continuity of data pins. Oh, God. It's already a jumble. But I have it set up so it's not going to be a jumble. like that much, really. So soldering is good, and things like that. And that $50 super chat's still there. Okay. There's that one. Yep. And this one. Yep. Okay. Come on, bruh. There we are. Yep. 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 It's boring, but it has to be done. Black one. Yep. You gotta make sure, especially that ground is there as a reference. Come on, dude. Yeah. Oh, no, that's the black one. Okay. What? Pro Jared. Come on, dude. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I'm get so not easily confused. There you go. Cool, we did that correctly. Ministry of Sound in London. Dude, I'm jelly. You're never too old or too young, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a special kind of music. Special kind of music, and it's yeah, pretty much for everybody. It's like everyone can enjoy it, you know? Like, I take pride in, you know, how it's like it has no language barrier. It's truly like a universal music, right? And that one. Yeah, I heard about that. It didn't get shut down, but didn't it get like bought or something? Someone bought it. Company bought it. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Come on, dude. Open. Nope. There we go. Yeah. Should I go to the post box? Or the mailbox? Whatever you want to call it. Might be a good idea. It's a workshop area. It's not any place that you live really. Kind of storagey workshop. Okay. Okay, let's do ground stuff. Yep. Mustn't get my eyeball poked. You know what? I'm gonna take that out. Yeah, I'll have to take that one part out. Because once I have this set up, I don't need to set it up again. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. And for some reason, that is very short. That's disappointing. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'll make that a little bit straighter. Yeah, they want to get it shut down. Yeah, well, a lot of places are no fun. They have a mandate for no funness. There. There we go. Now that should be a little bit more appropriate. I think the mail might be here today. Fingers frickin' crossed. Said it was gonna take a week, and it's been a week and a half. So. I'm an eager beaver of sorts. No, they haven't emailed me. I was like, hey, do you have a tracking number? Like, what's going on here? So, yeah. No, computer's not dead. I'm just in the shop area. Yeah, why didn't I have that on there? I'm gonna change my font skis. Much better. Yeah, that's that glorious super chat is up there now. Yeah, nothing in spammage. But if I get that thing tonight, this is gonna be awesome. What was I doing? Yeah, I gotta get this hooked up. No diddle daddling. So one side for data, one side for analog. Okay. Wait until you see what I'm making. This thing is gonna be off the rail. Oh god. The chair behind me looks awesome. It is indeed a very, very cool chair. And yeah, not my picking outings, but very, very close. Come on, dude. Yeah, so much dexterity lost. Okay. So that goes down there. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And then that. Okay. I got it. I got it. Yeah, no, I'm kicking it for sure. I gotta go that way. So about that new Sonic game or movie. And then there we go into there. Perfect. Well, actually, yeah, the chair behind me is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That chair is above par. Definitely. I have to approve of that chair. Okay. Screw this way. Yeah, maybe it needs to be out there. Yep. Yep. This. Alright, so let's get these into the ground reel. That movie is going to be Jim Carrey is in it. and he's going to carry the entire movie. He's going to Jim carry the entire movie. But who knows? I don't know. It's popular to hate on shit, you know. It's trendy. It's full of trends. But yeah, let's just wait and see. I wonder what Chris Chan thinks of the whole thing. Okay. The chairs make some really good acoustic treatment, that is for sure. Bastard. Yeah, over there. Look at that. Not. Look at this. Out of my way, you fool. Okay. This is my weapon. Almost guarantee. Yep. And then where's this one? Yep. Okay, those two are together. For channel 1. You just wanna verify, you know. You just gotta verify that. And then once these are in there, it's quite permanente. Yep. Okay. And then, yeah, tuck those in there. Okay, and then these two. Yeah, I can almost guarantee that these are put there, but it's always good to make it doubly sure. Use your trusty pliers because your hands are garbage. Plug it into the ground rail for no apparent reason. No, there's a reason. Okay. You know what? Yeah, this needs to be. Okay, just got a piece. Got a piece. So I don't have to jab things in there. I need to get some more wire. So, clippy, ground wire, do that, red one, okay, and then I will, gotta write down the numbers, and then the GPIO and all that stuff there. So this will be pot 2. Nope. Did I turn it off? What happened? Oh, maybe it's this one. I was just looking at it. You know what I should do? I should actually plug all these guys in. little itty bitty spaces. But it's cool. And then, yeah, this guy. Let's undo here. Okay. God damn it. Don't tell me. Oh. What? Oh, it's not even connected. My brain. That's such a thing that I would do. Yep. So I need number 2. Where's number 2? I just need this one. Nope. Are you serious? How? Okay. Like, are they shorting? No. The shorting? No. What is going on here? Probably the most boring thing ever. Okay. So that's that one. Which one's this one? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so the problem is that I'm a dummy and the pulse, the multimeter is not picking up on the pulse. So let me just verify again. This one. This one. I'm getting aggravated. Might have to take it apart. What the heck is going on here? Sometimes they beep, sometimes they don't. Maybe I need to, yeah, on the off chance I need to clip them. It's more of like a continuity thing, maybe skin resistance or something. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, there's that one. And this one. Hmm. Because yeah, there's not enough going on in there, so I'll be like, "Come on, dude, get in there." So let me, yeah. Okay. So that, yeah, found it. There's two. And yeah, for some reason, it doesn't like the idea of that not showing up. So I need two. Oops. Yep. Okay. Potentiometers, am I right? Fellow kids. Okay, well, that's not going to work. I think, yeah, it needs more, I guess, adequate voltage for that to kind of go through. So I'm doing 3 here. Right there. It's a Mega Man. We were talking about Mega Man. When were we talking about Mega Man? That'd be 4. I need 3. This is probably 3. Yep, and then this would be 3 also. Is it? That way. 3 is an orphan now. Gorgeous. Right, you really gotta freaking press down on that guy. Okay. Nice and easy. Like a glove of sorts. Protective measures. Get you under there. Okay. Okay. Yep, and then that one would be that. Okay. Two more to do. Yep, that's 4. And then this breadboard has all the numbers that I need, and then I can correlate with the other breadboard. And you can, have the whole breadboard family. So yeah, maybe after I wire this, I'll walk down to the mailbox and see what I got going on over there. My freaking hands wouldn't clam up. No, this one isn't doing. What the heck? Huh. That. 3. So what are these two? This is getting tedious. But that's okay, because whatever. I'm a professional. I just want to make sure that everything is set correctly. Yeah. So that is the real 3. I think I got them. Just one little mix up. Yep. I made a lot of videos about panning. Panning is actually, one of those things that you gotta do if you want to be cool. No, but panning is just an easy way to cheat. These two are 4, I know it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and these two are 5. Cool. I am done skis. Okay, and then yeah. We have the digitalness. Yes. Okay, so yeah, I'm basically all set up now. Is it time? Yeah, maybe I should go check the post box because it's Friday. If it's not here, I'm gonna, not be too pleased. Yeah. No, I just wanted to correlate the digital outputs to particular, numbers and blah, 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 blah. Because I think I need pull down resistors and decouplers and things like that to feed into the thing that we're working on here. But yeah, it is 4:04. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I might be back. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I have an extra USB cable. So port, I mean. We'll be back. Maybe. But yeah. I should probably eat some food too. I think food is important to sustain life. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care and yeah, have a good one. See you soon.